just have to get ready.
Yeah. So Dirk, as you know, got knocked out by Mochy last round, but certainly has nothing to be ashamed about the way he played in this tournament. He played, as you would expect Dirk to play, really great. So what about the book you were going to say?
Yeah, I thought, actually when I came back to playing backgammon after 14 years break, I really was surprised that no real theory book was out there still. So, and I basically wrote the book that I would have liked to have read to get in shape again after coming back to backgammon.
Okay, now I may be prejudiced because you're one of our teachers and you're one of my friends, but even before that book, I don't think there's ever been a book that's like that gets into the theory this deeply. Am I wrong?
Yeah, exactly. That's what was still missing in literature, I thought.
I mean, it wasn't just that there hadn't been one written in 14 years. I don't think there had been one ever. I mean, I know McGrill and Roberti's books are like Bibles from the old days, and I've always believed in Walter Trice's Backgammon Boot Camp and several other very good books, but nothing compares to this one as far as really getting into it. What you're seeing on the screen is Zdenek practicing. I walked in there a second ago. He's playing both sides, and he's practicing moving the checkers and looking at it this way and the speed gammon way. I have no idea how this would sharpen your game, but I guess he must like it. He must think so.
I mean, maybe that's part of it. I mean, he clearly has to reboot, gain confidence again, and feel comfortable again. Because what I felt that he wasn't entirely comfortable, not his normal self. Maybe the pressure. Or, for example, when he didn't take off with double aces, the 4 checkers, where the gammon was still possible. That's not like him. So that's we all have our methods to get back into our mindset, and maybe that's just his.
Yeah, he's wearing his headphones. He's ignoring everything around him, and just doing what you just saw. It wasn't just taking the 4 checkers off. What about that cube that he took, the 0.4 error?
Yeah, that was really, I don't know, sometimes, I mean, there are so many mistakes that I make. When I see them, I mean, I probably would tell my students, how could you do such a thing? And I did it myself in that very moment, so it's hard
but
to say what's going on.
It's once a year that you would make a 0.4 error, though. That's a monster.
Yeah, and then, I mean, that is how psychology goes. Remember the other bad cube in the blitz that he took at 3-away?
Yes.
When I was watching, I said, okay, probably he's going to take this one as well, because that looks a lot more takeable than the first one. So it would be just inconsistent.
I wish you were doing commentary with me at that moment, because I would have laughed at you when you said that. Then all of a sudden you would take it. I'd fall off the chair.
So, yeah, I mean, the danger, I saw the danger a little bit because of the first cube, because Mochy was thinking 3 minutes about too good. So, of course, Zdenek already thought about the cube, must have.
Sure.
And since he didn't insta-pass it, he saw something in the position that...
well, it turns out he anchored and got right into that game.
Of course,
That's
I mean, it's not 0 winning chances, and what he was taking, also the other cube, it wasn't that it was a pass because of the low winning chances that he had. He had decent winning chances, but because of the high gammon losses.
Yeah, the gammon cost you the match there.
So, of course, you can turn a game around. So.
Okay. Well, glad to have you here. I love your insights all the time. Last time I was in Turkey, you and I really had a lot of fun here.
Yeah.
The most fun I think we had was eating at different restaurants and trying different things, while our good friend Dennis Culpepper had chicken every night at the same restaurant. You remember that?
He was also very consistent.
That's great.
Yeah, I can recommend
the food here
to come to Istanbul. I mean, the tournament the Stavka is also a great tournament. I hope I will never play it, because but it's a great tournament.
Yep.
But being able to play it would be bad news for me.
Are you staying in town for a few days?
I'll be leaving on Monday.
I'm leaving Monday too, but I brought an extra tennis racket, and we're playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I think there might be one game I could beat you at.
Absolutely. I never really learned it. I'm only good at running. The rest is beyond me.
Okay, good. Then we'll play tennis. I got a hat that says I beat Mochy at ping pong. I want to get one that says I beat Dirk at tennis.
I beat Mochy at ping pong too.
Oh, you did? Hey, maybe we should play ping pong.
Yeah. I think I have a better chance there.
Have you played Wachtel? I beat Wachtel.
No, never.
It was close. It was real close when I played him. Okay, we're getting ready to go. I wouldn't bet on beating Mike Svobodny or his son, or I understand Sankiewicz was a champion at one time. Our dear departed friend Bob Glass was a ping pong champion.
Ralf Jonas as well. So and
Gus Hansen.
Gus Hansen also table tennis.
Yeah, there's something about tennis. There's something about table tennis and backgammon. They go together. Yeah. So a lot of good athletes. They have to be tough mentally, and you have to be tough mentally to play backgammon.
Absolutely, because it's really, compared to chess, for example, many more decisions. So and it's very dynamic. So like it's not like you start out with a plan and you stick to the plan. You have to be very flexible. Like you play offense, and 2 rows later you're forced to play defense, and then you go to the offense again. So
I've heard people argue that this game is harder than chess.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different. It's a different kind of hard. Yeah. Certainly has more math than backgammon.
Yeah.
All right, we're waiting for the start. I think he needs to have an opponent. I think he needs Mochy before he can start. That helps, but I think he's there. Okay, we know Mochy's really winning 3-1 because we know after they get the results of the PR of the last game, Mochy will get another point. We're just waiting for an official on that. So winning 3-1, I assume that absolutely wouldn't change your strategy in any way when you play?
Not really. I mean, what can you do? Just try to play your best.
Yeah. Looks like we're getting set. Do you like to see the XG feed, or would you like it covered up?
No, I like to see it.
Justin and I were covering it up because we wanted to make our own decisions and then look at it. This is fine. Mochy doesn't like to see it either.
Okay. No, but you do as you please.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not saying there's no wrong or right here. It's just a matter of your preference.
Whatever you prefer. You're the boss here.
I prefer to hear what you think.
Okay.
And I'm going to be very quiet most of the time.
Yeah.
But I've got one of the very best players in the world sitting next to me. It's stupid for me to talk too much.
No, you should take the lead. I'm exhausted. Come on.
I've worked harder than you. I've done every match.
I doubt that.
I doubt that's it.
But anyhow, the feed, the XG analysis doesn't appear right away, or does it?
It does for us.
It does for us.
This is what people see, but we see it as the board. This is the delay.
Okay, so
we are seeing immediately.
So maybe then we can try with the delay and
whatever you like. Whatever you like.
Immediately is.
Well, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to think about it before you look at XG.
Okay. Anyhow,
yeah.
It's very small.
Okay. Here we go. When you roll doubles, you don't turn the cube to 2. I don't even do that in money games. I don't like that.
I only like it when I'm down in the match.
See, this never happens in real life online. 5-3, when I learned the game, we didn't make that play. We brought 2 down.
Yeah, it's still in the McGreal, I think.
Yeah.
2 down.
Well, when you were top giant, you were number 2 in the world. How were they playing 5-3 back then?
We made the 3 point.
You made the point. Okay, so it was before that. Then.
Yeah, I mean the computers were starting to get influence. So
yeah.
So everybody.
Back then, you had jellyfish and you had GNU. 5-4.
5-4. Yeah, I have difficulty seeing the
out and down.
I would think. Yeah, making the 4.
Out and down is right.
Yeah, I think it's just too many good numbers. 2s and 4s and tag and 6s, and the 8 point has some merit too.
My gut was out and down. I'm going to play speed gammon tomorrow.
not going to say anything. I just want to watch.
No, I want you to be right here.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna rest my voice. Come on, Justin. I'd rather have you,
Okay.
I'd rather have you two involved.
I'll be the
All
color.
right, Justin's gonna join Dirk,
Okay,
and I'm
guys,
gonna rest.
The boss has left.
Oliver's here too, by the way.
Oliver Squire, who really impressed us all this week as well. He's too young to be that good. It makes me angry.
What are you talking about? Zizka's only 24. How old are you?
23.
Oh, all right.
Okay, guys, it's all yours.
Okay. Just
And Oliver, if you've got some insight,
So,
yeah, speak up.
Take a seat.
Okay.
Okay.
4, 3 hits, and another down, I guess. Oh, it's 85 actually. And anything else? If you hit, you have to play 9 to 5. Is there anything else? 2 down? But no, that can't be it, right?
I don't think I'd let him anchor. I think you have to hit.
Yeah, hit, and then 9 to 5 seems to be best choice. Yeah, giving up the mid, then it's just too many numbers. Then all of a sudden aces are good as well.
Speak up just a little more.
Yeah, you usually take the lead.
I know, right?
So we have to get used to. Yeah, so. So I think the fact that Zizi is thinking so much about this move also shows that he tries to really not make any mistakes, which is close to impossible, but yeah.
I talked to him during the break. He didn't seem too perturbed about the take in the previous match. He seemed to be fine and fairly confident that he could still get this done.
Okay, that's great.
So just trying to get back in the right mindset and try to not misevaluate anything moving forward.
Yeah, good play. By the way, his checker play was excellent. So
Stellar, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like...
It's not like you can generally have, what was it, like 600 in
I think it was,
cube errors,
it was even more.
and then still play like a 6, you know? Like that means... that means
You
you're-
must have done something right as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, play safe, not much else. And probably, yes, good choice.
Here comes
So
the hit. Yeah.
the hit and then 8 to 3, I
8 to
guess.
3, yeah, I would keep the midpoint.
I mean, playing without the hit.
Oh, what is this play? Is
Which
that...
play? No, that's the play before.
I
think.
was like that. I was like, that looks illegal.
Yeah.
How can you run off your anchor with the 5-2?
But
I was
8-3
like, what?
8-3 is correct.
Hussein's over there scaring me, you know? I was like, what? All of a sudden, he's going to tell me it hits.
So
Yeah, it's
what alternatives is he considering? I mean, if you hit, it's only 8 to 3. Yes, correct. So 2, 3, in and safe.
Wow.
Now we certainly get into cube territory, I would say.
Pass. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, this for sure is a double. So a quick cube. Also, when you know it's a double, you better ship the cube quickly so the opponent cannot use your time to
evaluate.
think, to evaluate. So
Mochy was taking his time with a lot of these cubes, and I don't know if it was messing with Zizi or not, but
yeah, but I mean, thinking about the too good in the last match, at the beginning of the last match was legit. So
yeah, I've been in situations in the money games where like I'm thinking about whether or not it's too good,
Yeah.
but they're thinking, I'm thinking,
yeah, it happened to me too.
is it a cube?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've definitely taken too good many times.
Yeah.
More times than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, I sometimes insta pass just because usually the longer I look at the position, the more,
The more optimistic.
the more possibilities I see. And okay, so far nothing special. Now we split, I would say. Oh, don't we?
I would split.
Yeah. Okay. The first mistake. I mean, with the deuce point made, you're not playing a priming game, and you want to activate your back checkers. You have them outboarded. Another 4-3. It's a lot more dangerous to split when he's not on the bar. But he still has to do it. Good find. So, making the 3, I suppose. Anchor. Now, do you slot maybe?
I think so.
Yeah, what else? Yeah.
My mother would punish me if I played 6-3.
Yeah, 6-3 is just.
My mother would be very upset.
Yeah.
So,
Although Mochy did a similar play in the last match where he pick and passed, so. But this time, this was really clear, and any alternative would have left a shot anyway. So 6-4, making a point.
that's a nice shot. Oh no,
Is
he
it?
misses. No, it's terrible.
It's not terrible, but it's.
I thought it
wouldn't be my first choice. I could choose, so I guess there's no way around covering, or is there? Or maybe you can
could make
just
the deuce,
you can
yeah,
make the deuce because the 8 point is quite valuable here, and this is and now he's got a 3-point board, so you want to be a little bit more careful, and it's a mutual holding game with. No big raise lead for either side, so it is really costly to get hit here. Understandable that you don't want to make a point behind the anchor, but you really don't want to get hit either. This looks solid. Good find. 6-5, 2 down.
2 down, yeah.
Not much else, I would say. What else? No, you cannot. Mustn't leave the anchor. No, I don't know what he's considering. But I think he will end up making this play. Okay, I can see the number.
2-1.
2-1. Okay, there's the one. Yeah, slot again. He slotted it once and it failed, so he doesn't want to do it again. That was a blunder, actually. And he played it quickly. That's rare for Mochy to make it quick. I mean, he blunders sometimes, but...
So let me ask you a question. What do you think the reason is it's such a big blunder compared to just bringing it to the 8? Why is adding the 11 and playing 6-5 so much better of a play than?
Yeah, because this will cause problems later. I mean, you are already down in the race anyway, so You are not racing for sure, and if it works, it gives you counterplay. And XG really loves to make the 11 when the 5 point is open or slotted. So that combination is just also like a pattern recognition. And yeah, how will the game proceed? Now Mochy has a lot of really awkward numbers, like take it 6-3, for example. You cannot run.
Oh, I was worried he's going to roll it when you said it.
Yeah. Okay. So be it.
So here you would just play 13-7 then too, yeah?
Yeah. Now, but it's now it's now he probably, yeah.
But if you're going to play 13-7, why not then the previous play then, right?
Yeah.
Here you would have had the 5 already.
So what about a cube action here? I think, I mean, there must be a cube, right? I mean, now you have the volatility, you have the shot. So I think should be a cube. You are leading in all departments, and you have positional advantage, raise, threats. So I think that's a standard cube, I would say.
I mean, you sold me on it.
Okay, so I convinced.
I'm sold.
So now I have to convince Zizi. So what does XG say? Yeah, XG. I convinced XG as well.
Sold. So if you roll a 3, you're definitely not getting to take extra.
But this is like you can make put all the check marks. You have a better position up in the race, and you have some threats, namely hitting the shot or rolling a double 6s or double 5s. Mochy is thinking.
As he does.
As he does. Yeah, sometimes I noticed him to quickly take some cubes, and he does it with this one as well, fortunately.
That's quickly for Mochy.
Yeah.
Within 10 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad idea to look at every cube.
I noticed out there on the floor the cube's taken before I even put it down in the main tournament.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything from you. Did you win your last match, Justin?
I did.
You did? Good for you. What's your record?
3-1.
Attaboy.
It's the same with our friend Oliver here as well.
Good, Oliver, great. I haven't lost a match.
Hasn't played a match.
They
didn't see that one coming.
So now I guess playing safe is top priority, because you don't gain that much if you slot the 5 now. I mean, you're now in a bad spot, and yeah, slotting the 4 is fine. 8-2 is ugly, but you're not going to play a priming game anyway, and this just increases your gammon losses. So that might be the DMP play, because it's just more pure, but no need to risk extra gammons, I think. 6-5, which checker in? Maybe it's more flexible to play 8-3. I mean, it's only 2 numbers, and he has a blot in his board that looks better. Okay, Mochy will start building his board. 6-5.
Didn't see this number coming.
Yeah. So Mochy should have built his board earlier. Yeah, what can you do? So where's the 6?
I just ended up breaking the 9, I think.
8-2. Okay, breaking the 9. Yeah. That's 13 numbers, and that's the most difficult point to clear. So that would be, let's put it, the natural play. And it turns out to be correct. Wow.
Turns out to be less than ideal.
Yeah, in hindsight. Well, it's the gammon trap. So actually, probably Mochy should come out. He's still behind a broken prime. I mean, that's extra risk, of course. And
But if you get missed, the game's definitely over.
you think so?
I would think so. If you don't get hit on the 5, right? If he's fans, the game's over.
No,
You don't think?
I don't think so.
Okay, well maybe I'm wrong. Oh, he's down 52 pips.
Yeah, and he has to close the 5. He's.
Well, I just saw the race.
It's. I think that's the wrong idea.
This
But
one
it doesn't. XG thinks it doesn't matter. So ace 4, we won't know. Yeah, if he had fanned, that would have been an interesting cube action. Probably cube. Ace 4. So Zizi back in the driver's seat in this game. Slot the ace, probably. Yes. Double 4. So where does that go? This is interesting. You can switch. I mean, you don't want to leave a shot for sure. You can hit loose. Wow. I think these two are clear, and then I think you just switch. That should be the safest play.
That's if I actually remembered what the position was. But I believe Dirk if he says it's a take because it's better than me back then.
Yep. That looks natural. What would you do?
I don't remember the original position.
Okay.
I was looking at my phone.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Okay, so then.
Okay, so
Just
he heard
say
me. He heard me, so he's setting it up.
I agree with you. Okay, so
Yeah,
now
okay.
you can see it.
So I would switch then and play 15-11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three, 6. Could have just come out. Threaten a lot. Okay, now that's really a hard find to volunteer a shot that late in the bearing. So it's really like not something what humans like to do, I would say. I mean, it's correct, especially because Mochy has a blot in his home board. And with this structure, the 6 and the 8 stripped against the 3 anchor and the 5-point gap, there are so many disaster numbers. I can see 6-5, 5-4 that leave a double shot, right?
5-4, you can clear the 6.
No, 5-4 you can 6-5 it is, but so many other numbers. And there are not so many numbers that clear the 8 without leaving a shot, right? So it's like a pay now and pay later problem, but in a not so common version, I would say.
Yeah. When you get to do it, you end up having a 5-point board, right?
Yeah. So
even if you do get hit, the game isn't.
And even you pick up some more gammons probably. Yeah. Now that I see the numbers, it's actually right to make the 5-point because you pick up gammons. It's like a DMP. It's pretty much the same, but you win more gammons like this. But that, I have to admit, would be the standard human play. Yeah, and he does the standard human play, unfortunately for him. 6-1. Okay, there's the shot, and minimize numbers, only 12 numbers.
Now his board is better, and the shot is still there.
Yeah. Okay, but he misses. Okay, he will stay back, so he will just bring two more checkers in. Race is still not close. So I guess he's making a pip count and wants to see if he has some chances in the race. I mean, you always have chances almost, but reasonable chances. But then there are some immediate numbers. Well, not many, double fours and 6-5. See anything else that leaves the shot on the next roll?
I don't think so.
But he can stay one roll more, and so he has basically two chances of getting a shot. So. And if he rolls a double sixes next time, he can still win the race. So I think jumping out kills the shot equity without gaining much race equity. Or is he just deciding between 8-2 and 10-4? And spends a minute on. So, do you notice when you comment on how different people are with regard to the decisions, where they take a lot of time and where they just play very quickly? Because many decisions that I would have made quickly, even if they are wrong, other players take a lot of time and vice versa. So, okay.
I mentioned that earlier. That shocked me. Mochy, in particular, made some very quick wrong decisions and some very, very slow right decisions, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's
the same player. It's not consistent.
Yeah, but that's from your point of view. Maybe you would have. What I mean is the difference in which spots people start thinking. So,
well, one thing I do know: players at your level are thinking a lot about the cube when their opponent is. You're using your opponent's clock. You mentioned that earlier. And that's something that intermediates don't do. They don't. It never occurs to them to think about the cube until they see it.
That's when I like to start counting pips. Was on my opponent's time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I advocate to my students is when before each game starts, look at the score and think about the implications. Because then it's free time. The clock is not running. So you already have the mindset for the game. So this is a game where I have to double aggressively. So the chances are a lot bigger to miss a cube when you are not in the mindset for aggressive cubes because of the score.
I go one step further. I make all of my students tell me what the take points and gammon values are.
Okay. Yeah.
The live cube take points or the dead cube take points?
I mean, I think it's more because
I love this play. This is the 24 and 13A, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. So
I remember the first time I saw the computer tell me that I shouldn't just play the 5 to the mid. And I was like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you're down in the race and you want to establish an anchor.
Yeah, you'd like to make the anchor.
Yeah. Okay, fight for the bar point. Five in, 3 hit. Covers the bar, I would say.
So I see that. My question to you is, how do you decide that versus hitting when you're still leaving a shot on the 11?
because
And there's a
so
lot.
I mean against three checkers, back checkers. First of all, I really like to have structure. Like against the ace anchor, I like to have the bar anchor, and if I hit, chances are, I mean, it's very likely that I will end up with no structure at all because there are just too many numbers.
So you're saying it's better to make a permanent gain than
Not. I mean, there are so many factors, but maybe it's just intuition and pattern recognition. But XG often prefers something like what I call the solid play very often. And I was too loose in the past, and I tried to change that. Now, leaving the anchor. I mean, what are the options? Ace point? No. I mean, the 10 point is a very good blocking point. So even if Zizi manages to make the 4, now he's blocked. So and making the ace behind these two checkers is just not the right idea. 6-5. So run. I mean, Zizi is still no. Okay, race is even. So
he's considering to make the 1, but I don't think.
I mean, you don't have the ammunition. You don't want to play a blitzing game, and also pattern recognition. When you have the bar point made, the combination of bar point and ace point is really ugly.
Yeah,
those 2 points don't fit together. So. Unfortunately,
the bar point is a priming point, and the deuce point is
the ace point, especially
is a blitzing point.
Yeah, they cannot form part of the same structure. I mean, it's just like a pattern, and he got punished. So with the score, that would be an insta-cube for me. And I think it's a pass. I mean, that's talking about scores. Now I know with 3-0 lead in a position. Somewhat gammonish, I know I have to be more conservative than for money. So then my thought process would be, is that an easy take for money? I think probably at best a small take for money, even maybe a pass for money. So then I make the adjustment and I say, so if it's max, a small take for money has to be a pass at that score. So that would be the way I would be thinking about it. And yeah, good find. And I mean, Zizi took some bad cubes in the matches before. Probably that helped him to find that pass.
Priming positions versus the other side having the ace point made is usually really bad.
Yeah. And also, this position was a combination of a prime and a blitz. So these are really dangerous positions. So there were some blitzing numbers for Mochy, also the priming numbers. So he had all game plans available to him. Plus, he could also simply win the race. So good pass.
You play the other 4 down here, right? That's the pattern I see most often with this.
Yeah, with the stack midpoint, it seems natural. Okay. Good shot, make the 10 and play 13-8.
To my knowledge, I don't have access to those settings, that's who says, but I think it's for the entire match. I was assuming it was.
It is the match, yeah.
Make the 4. I don't really know what alternatives he's thinking of. 6-4, that could be a running play. What's the pip count? No,
there's the money cube.
Yeah, it looks like a pass.
Still a pass.
I wouldn't take that. Unless I was playing with your money flip.
Unless you're playing me.
No way. Last thing I want to do is pay you for gambling me.
So it was a pass for money too.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the last thing I want to do is pay you when you gamble me here.
So hit and split, I would say. yeah, why not? And be prepared to ship the cube. If opponent comes in with a bad number, I think that 3-1 down.
Oh, come on. Wow.
So at least think about the cube. Raises even, for sure it's an easy take. So if you are thinking about the doubling here, probably won't get any passes here. The opponent has still good structure. It's not. So if you hit, hit and dance certainly is a market loser. So I think you have the volatility. And anyway, you have to be more aggressive, cubing more aggressively than for money. So I would think, yeah, raise is about even, better structure, threats, or you can even make the point, but it's not, people think of market losers like I make the point and he dances, but it's also I hit lose and he rolls a bad number, or I make the point and he has a bad come-in number. So I think there are lots of market losing sequences, which means he should double. I think, at least. Yes. Good cube and insta take. Clearly correct. So he will hit lose and make the 8. Oh, that was huge, that fan. Now, of course, it's... So do you make the anchor just in case?
I would come out.
It's just not, that point is blocked. It protects you against double aces, okay? But, yeah. So
the interesting thing about staying back here is that he has some entering numbers that are going to give you maybe some more contact.
Yeah, on the other hand, if you close out one checker, if you manage to close out, you win a gammon anyway. So it's not, it's nice to get another checker, of course.
This is great.
Yeah,
6
prime
prime.
and 20 to 18.
Are you coming off? Yeah. So
Yeah,
you don't want to break next
you
roll.
don't want to...
oh, wow. Look at this.
Oh, you blitz. You blitz.
Wow. There's no way I would have found that play.
No.
I would make the 6 prime.
Yeah, the reason being, it's just like when the opponent is not on the bar, he gets crossovers, and that means your gammon chances become smaller with each crossover that the opponent can make. So when you finally close out that checker, but the opponent has brought more checkers inside his home board, you will win, but you won't win a gammon. So yeah, now he sees this problem, especially because it's at least reasonable idea because of the blots also that ZZ has in his home board. So there's not really any danger. Even if ZZ rolls a 2-6, Mochy can still pick up the other blots. So yeah. So the plays are very close. One wins more games, the one that Mochy chose, and the other one wins more gammons. So 6-1 again. So I guess he will have to stick now with this plan. But it's also possible to just create more contact. This is again the play that wins more gammons, for sure. And while running out wins more games. Running out would clearly be the DMP play, of course. But hard to decide. It's tempting to just go for the extra points because still it's hard to see how you can lose this game. So yeah, XG tells us that the difference in gammons is huge. And that's because of what I mentioned before. Now Zizi will make more points, build his prime, and Mochy won't be able to hit loose.
The difference in wins was also huge, though.
Huge, yeah, because sometimes the plan fails and Zizi can build a counter prime and play against that one checker. So now, yeah, it's not going to get easier to hit loose now if it's not with 3.
Oh, wow.
Okay, crunch time.
Not ideal. You break the 8 point, though, yeah? Just keep the numbers.
Yeah, you can also switch, don't you?
For the
now
Gs.
you can just go to. I mean, you really, if you want to win gammons, you really have to start doing something now. And since you have to break the prime anyway, why don't you switch?
Wow.
Yeah, he's looking at the switch. I really like the switch. I mean, nothing much can happen. No, I don't like this one. Oh.
Wait, what?
What is the reasoning behind it?
Ray Fogerland would not be happy.
I don't quite understand. You break the prime, but you risk a lot more counterplay when you hit loose, right?
Wow.
That was surprising to me. Did you see what XG said?
XG said to switch.
Okay.
From 3 to 1.
Okay.
I don't see. I didn't see where his play landed.
Uh-huh. Okay, now serious gammon danger. Huh? Now he can make the. You should make the inside point. Yes. This again. Question. Still no switch. This time, I think now that Zizi's board is strong, it's clear. So the PRs are relatively close, just the equity lost about the same, but Mochy had more decisions. So
how would you decide between 6 to 2 and 4 off here? Because 4 off is the best play, but I don't know how I would. I mean, okay, so I see 6
so
1.
difficult. This is so difficult because
You just count the shots, yeah.
Yeah, you have to count the shots for sure, and the difficulty is in guessing how many more gammons you win by taking off aggressively.
I think this is actually safer because you don't leave shots with 6-1 and 5-1.
Yeah, but then usually they're going to be repeaters, so you have the 6 point later, and then
double jeopardy.
Yeah, double jeopardy. Thank you, Phil. So, it's easy with decent chances to save the gammon, or
you estimate that just using crossovers?
Yeah.
See this real quick.
Double 4 should do it. So although Mochy is leading the PR by almost a point, it's still very, very close. I mean, because of the decision.
No, in this match.
In this match. So I'm just keeping an eye on the PRs because we are getting to the finish line in this match, closer to it at least. So there's nothing decided here because a PR window would be very important for Zizi to get some traction. So 4-way, 4-way, a very difficult score. I think gammonish positions require aggressive cubes because gammons are so valuable. And once you have taken, you have to recube very aggressively. So maybe we will see some aggression in this game.
But the
The
take
cube?
point's still 22%.
Yeah.
Not counting gammons.
Yeah, but since the gammons are so valuable in this,
1.0. After the cube is turned, it's 1.0.
so which is why you have to
One of the
double.
few scores where both players are 1.0.
Yeah.
I might explain to people that the PR difference between there and here. Single battery.
Double aces and split back checkers.
I
Yes.
guess I have to go. I've got a match.
Okay,
I
so
just got a message on the app here.
okay, so then good luck to you.
Thank you. FT Backgammon app. This thing is cool.
And the boss is back.
The boss is back.
The
and
boss
he's
is
better than
back.
ever.
Justin, thank you. Always a pleasure to have you with
I
us.
can't really say anything. I'm sitting next to dirt.
Pleasure. Oh, you said plenty. You said too much.
Which is something that never could happen to you, Phil, right?
Say too much. I have not met very many great backgammon players that didn't have a sense of humor. I'll name a couple, but not too many. That's what I love about you guys. You're fun. Because I think it takes brains to have a good sense of humor, and it takes brains to play good backgammon. Maybe that's the reason.
So let's go back to backgammon then.
Okay.
So pip count, similar. So okay. At that score, you can double a little bit more aggressively, even in non-contact.
But there's not much gammons here.
Yeah, but in non-contact positions, it's also. Believe me, in holding games, you can double a little bit more aggressive.
Really? I thought the same take point of 22%
No.
would not change things.
At least I have the rule. I mean, we will see if we get to there.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd be more aggressive if there's no gammons.
Yeah, because theory behind is you can only take in long races almost normally because you have a lot of because of your recube vig, because of the high take point for the 4-cube for the opponent.
The take point on the 4-cube is 33%.
Exactly, so that gives you a lot of leverage once you own the cube.
I see.
But in holding games, it's very hard to use that leverage because
You only recube when you get a shot.
yeah, you cannot
hit a shot.
Yeah, and once you hit the shot, you've lost your market. That's
I
the
understand.
theory.
So the huge difference
so-
between a holding game and a race.
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
because it's just much more difficult to get an efficient recube in
I
because
gotcha.
before the shot, it's not good enough. After the shot, you are maybe at 95%, so
Yeah.
it doesn't add much value.
Somebody should write a book about the theory of backgammon. and include this.
Actually, it's in chapter. I don't know.
This is
I
great.
discussed that.
And I read the book, but I have to admit, I didn't absorb it all. It was a lot for me to absorb.
Why the screen hasn't gotten so small? That's nothing for old people. It's not old people's screen.
There.
Okay, thank you. Can't you even make it a little bigger? I mean, that's good for me. So now I can see. So what is okay for 4-way, 3-way? By the way, now it's lopsided. 3-way side has to be very aggressive.
If you are 4 away, if you're 3 away,
4-way.
your recube take point is 40%.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful.
Yeah. If you're 4-way, you have to be very aggressive, and if you are 3-way, you have to be careful because there's a lot of leverage, and the cubes are
Yes.
coming back to you.
I think 40% of the recube is the highest there is
Yeah.
at these lower scores. At 5 away, 5
Actually-
away and down, I don't know the higher.
Actually, you can get away with aggressive cubes if you know your customer. If you, I mean, if somebody doesn't recube aggressively at that score, so as the trailing side, then you can get away with
But
it.
at this
that's-
level of play, you don't think that way.
No,
You
never
don't think
ever.
that. Yeah.
Okay, now we don't see anything.
It happens every time he switches things.
Okay, that's good. So, what happened here? Sorry, guys, we just lost sight of the board for
Well, we got cube action. We got a very strong double here by Mochy.
Yeah, that was.
Because he's the one that's 4 away, and if he takes the cube, Gammon's win him the match.
Yeah, and you can see. And actually, these positions are really deceiving because Mochy has a 1-point board, and you think, okay, with a 1-point board, how many gammons can there be? But with so many checkers back, I mean, if Zizi ends up in an ace-point game or behind a prime with 3 or 4 checkers, that's very gammon heavy. Mm-hmm. So
this is an easy take at 0-0 or for money, right?
Yeah, would you double this for money even? I mean, it's.
Make sure you double, yeah.
I mean, maybe, but.
This is certainly takeable by a lot of people, and Extreme Gammon tells us it's a big pass.
And I think this is really difficult because you have to deviate so much from your normal strategy, and we don't have good references for that.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes it simply because against a 1-point board, it's so hard to pass. But I think also it's very difficult for Zizi to develop counterplay because of his blot on the ace. So when you have many checkers back, you don't want to have any buried checkers because you need the few checkers that you have in the front position to be in the right places. And he has one checker that is really not in the right place, namely on the ace.
If that checker wasn't on the ace, it wouldn't make it a take, though. Would it swing it that much? If that checker was somewhere useful?
No, at that score, maybe, yeah, where would that be? I mean, there's not he doesn't have any useful spots.
Put him on the 4-point. You know,
yeah,
I'd still think it's a pass.
That's probably still a pass.
Probably still a pass. But just because XG says it's a huge pass doesn't mean a human's going to see that right away, even a great human player like Zizka. I think that's your point. We don't have this is not a great reference for us at these scores.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Great pass.
Good
I think
pass.
he really, in the break, he made some adjustments to his overall cube approach.
Yeah. We're happy for him.
Yeah,
I'm happy
I'm
for him.
really happy because
I
don't know if
I want them both to play great. That's what I want. That's all I care about.
So,
And they are playing great. Look at the PRs.
3-way,
2.9 and 1.9. Very great. 3-way. Take points 25%. Recube take point 25%. Gammon value with cube turn 0.5.
And my approach, you have to double a little bit earlier, take a little bit less. Yeah, in all kinds of positions, actually. That's one of the rules from the book. 3-way, be more conservative in all types of positions.
I still think Kit Rules's article in 1993 about the 5-point match is not anywhere near as technical as your book, but it's still pretty good about the theory.
I mean, especially it was like pioneer's work. So now back to the game that is like it's developed in sort of a priming game. Okay, what do you have to do? Yeah, I mean, and split. I mean, the 3 goes there, and I think out is probably simply too weak. I mean,
When you have them outboarded, you think a lot more about hitting.
You have the tactical advantage, so use it.
Hit 2.
Yeah, hit 2, great shot. So
Great shot.
Now, depending on Zizi's number, no, that's a cube saver for sure.
Might be a cube giver soon.
Yeah, could turn into that. So, but so far, I think he has to enter on the 4. And then the question is the ace, because sometimes against the stripped ace point, it's nice to play 24, 23. I just don't know if that's the spot. Okay, he does it. And it was a slight mistake, it seems, but nothing big.
No switching here?
Yeah.
Would you think about a double switch? I would.
Yeah, it seems, yeah, or this, but this surprises me. That I thought this is a situation where you really have to think tons of options.
Look how fast he played it.
He played it super fast.
He's getting low on the clock. He's down to a minute. Maybe that's why.
Okay. I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
So,
he's down to a minute on the clock.
Okay, yeah.
I think the double switch was right, by the way.
Yeah.
That was my
I mean,
first
it's your instinct. How can that be wrong?
I was wrong once before.
Yes. When did that happen?
Well, I don't want to talk about my personal life.
6-2.
Wow.
Wow. That's hard. Yeah, you get primed, so jump over the prime.
Wow.
That's a great
I
find.
know I would have missed that play. I would have played off
That's
the
just a
18.
great find.
I
Just
absolutely would have blown that play.
mobilize your back checkers, and he gets rewarded for it, by the way.
Wow.
So yeah, this is I think the best option. It's now a fight for the outfield. 5-4. That does it hit?
Yep.
It's a little bit. Yeah, it hits, but is it correct?
Oh,
I mean, it's 2 blots,
good call. It's wrong by a lot to hit.
and
I hit first to think later.
I know. So
Wow.
I have to see the position again. So is there? Oh, he hit.
He did hit. Quite wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you want to get home as safely as
Yeah,
possible.
he was way up in the race.
Yeah.
Didn't need to take chances by
So-
hitting.
But that makes the PR race again interesting. Missed another play, the priming play. Yeah, it's so too bad that he's low on time. I mean, he could have made the priming play,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, he's down so much in the race, he can just afford to all these positional plays. And yeah,
He's a minute and 14.
yeah,
See,
it's
Mochy has 2.5 minutes.
yeah, and it's still many games to be played. So that's the advantage of making the bar point. I mean, Mochy can afford now to stay back even, which he should have actually, because the back checker sees daylight.
Uh-huh.
So now
It's daylight. I haven't heard that term.
sees, yeah, daylight, isn't that in the book? So nothing yet cube-wise, but we might be one more fan.
Yeah.
Would get.
When I'm short on time, I queued more because I shorten the match.
Yeah.
There is that factor.
Okay, now it's time to think if he had the time to.
He's thinking.
Yeah, I think it has again the ingredients. Lots of volatility, stronger position, race about evenish, and you have to be more aggressive.
Nice cue.
Yeah,
And
and
when you're short on time, you want to shorten the match.
Yeah.
That's a fourth reason.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught this, but we always talk about Pratt. Somebody mentioned it should be Spratt. Score position race and threats. I like that. So this is a take, big take.
Or Pratt with a double T in the end, threats and time.
It's Spratt.
Okay, so
Big take.
big take, still a strong prime, lots of work to do, but Mochy knows that he has to be more conservative than for money, so that could be, if he misses this take, that could be decisive in the PR race.
I mean, the gammon value is the same as money. It's 0.5.
Yeah, but the take point is...
It's only a slight difference from 22 to 23, 25.
I will show you later.
Okay.
I can assure you,
I believe you. I just don't understand it.
That is why I do the money game adjustment thing. I have a rule that it's at least an adjustment in the sense that if it's not a blunder to pass for money, then it's a pass at that score.
Oh,
That's so. If I don't think it's a blunder for
so if it's less than 0.08, then it's a pass.
absolutely.
I see.
So I try to do these.
Oh,
these
that's
adjustments
beautiful.
in that way.
God, what a great tool that is. What a great,
And that's a great shot,
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way.
Wonderful shot.
Wonderful shot, yes. So yeah.
you can certainly sense that Zdenek feels he's under time pressure. He's,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to play so fast.
Yeah.
And that's a
He's
shame.
he's now in super speed mode. So
Yeah.
probably he only knows two gears, either
Yeah.
the normal or the super speed one.
And Mochy's the one that usually gets in that mode. Mochy's the one that usually lets his clock run down way too far
Yeah.
so often, and he plays super speed at the end. And I've never understood why. I've asked him and he just looks at me funny. Because he always looks at me funny.
By the way, good not to recoup yet.
Yeah.
That
take
was a
point.
big six.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, out and yeah, great shot, well played. And Mochy starts getting into trouble with his back checker. I think he should stay back. Yes.
Well, if he doesn't stay back, the force is horrible. He had to.
6-5. Zizi has to come out and maybe hit. Yeah, that's perfect. You can even pick up some gammons if that plan works. Good find. So Zizi is a very strong speed player, by the way. So I don't expect him to make many mistakes in this position. Okay, ace and 4. Hit. Yeah, you have to. I mean, you've got a 3-point board. No. That's many shots anyway.
I
So now
bet
you
you
have
he
to-
finds it. He's going to hit.
Yeah, he's gonna
hit.
Yeah, he's gonna hit.
Mochy often looks at the wrong play
When I
first.
play Mochy, sometimes he looks at really super weird plays, and
Yeah.
I'm always hoping like, okay, and he never makes the play.
Yeah.
He just looks at weird plays.
Most of us make the play we think is right first and look at it. He makes a bad play first.
Yeah.
He's just the opposite of a normal human being.
Okay, he missed the recube, by the way. But
Oh,
it's
wow.
very hard to
Very
find.
close.
And it's also very hard to find because we see all the gammons that we win, and we would kill the gammons with the recube. So a very good play, by the way, just tidying up everything. And now, what's going on now?
It's right on the edge.
Right on the edge. Now he
Now he
shifts it.
knows.
Yeah.
He may have weavered him. No, he didn't weaver him because he had a take before also.
And now I
Nice
think
recube.
it's since we don't need to be afraid of gammons. The question is just do we have 25% winning chances? And with that back checker behind our structure, I mean that has to be somehow. We can anchor.
Is there any way to know if you have 25% other than your experience and references?
No,
There's no formula for
No,
this.
no, there are no formulas.
Yeah, this has to be just reference.
Yeah, it's just also feeling. So.
Because I can't
There's
tell.
only one checker on the bar.
I can't tell by
and
looking.
Mochy cannot do everything at once. So if he runs out with the back checker, you have the chance to anchor. If he blitzes you, first of all, one hit is enough. So he hits, you lose, we hit back. So take it.
19 seconds on the clock. I take it.
Then okay,
That's another reason to take.
A
Really?
great shot, and he will just make the point,
Yep.
of course. And unfortunately, it looks like Zizi will lose another PR race because that's only now fairly easy decisions for Mochy.
And for both.
Yeah, but he doesn't get the decisions at
Oh.
all, so his
That's
PR won't go down.
This is not like Snowy. Snowy, you get credit when you dance.
Yeah,
but not
exactly.
with
It's a
Extreme.
different system.
It's a better system. This is better by far.
So,
What's the right play here?
I'm bad on these. I only know it's no big difference.
They're all within 1%. Yeah, okay.
I just know that you don't pick up the third checker because you don't need a gammon. So it's so.
And this is a play you would only make when you don't need a gammon.
Exactly, and I think he should.
It's close.
It's close.
It's very close.
Yeah, I like it actually, although XG doesn't. But this is yeah. Normally you never make such a play, so this is just a normal one and great find. I think I would have been inclined to make the fancy play. So nothing extraordinarily happens.
Then Mochy's going to go up 5-1 in this
5 to
match,
1,
in this contest.
and only needs
It's
2 more
huge.
points, so that's huge.
Huge. You're going to like Mochy's chances for meeting Sander.
Again.
At lunch.
You always meet twice, but no, they met already twice.
Yeah. I asked Mochy when in December he would play Sanders. He says, I don't want to think about December yet. He says, I'm thinking about 2:30. He wouldn't even answer me.
Which is the right attitude, by
It
the way.
is the right attitude. I was trying to get him into the wrong attitude and it didn't work.
So, guess that's.
Oh,
technically
okay.
over, so
And the
that's-
PR difference is great enough to where the rollout and the higher evaluation isn't going to change who wins. So it's going to be 5-1. We'll see you again tonight. We're scheduled at 8 o'clock.
Is it true?
Yeah, at Istanbul time. Let me check it.
No.
No, this is it. Mochy wrote this. This is Mochy's
Yeah, but
handwriting.
what about 4 o'clock?
Oh, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's right.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Forget about.
That's
what
right. We got
they
another
said.
match before 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
We have another match in about 15 minutes. Dirk, it's such a pleasure having you. I learn so much every time I listen to you, and I forget so much every time you leave. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. We're going to sign off now and take a